Hey, this is Cosmic, and this is an update to the speedrun tutorial for Devil May Cry 1. This video is going to cover some new tips and tricks, as well as some new routing for missions 14 through 17, so let's get into it. Mission 14 is going to start out the same way as before. You're going to make sure you have Vortex level 2. I have a lot of excess orbs and a lot of excess abilities on this file. Just ignore kind of the orb count here, as well as the little bit extra Devil Trigger I have. Same stuff's going to apply regardless. So previously we had thought that the enemy that spawns in one of the upcoming rooms on mission 14 determines whether or not you'd be able to stinger jump through the room. However, that's not the case, because as long as you make a certain jump and then you can mash stinger in the door transition, you'll always get the stinger off of the ledge. So I'll show you that in a second here. So as long as you do this jump right here, took me a second there, and then you just sort of mash stinger right here, you'll always get the stinger coming right out, even if the death scythe appears. So then I should note as well, for some new routing for mission 15, we don't buy a purple orb there anymore. So what you're going to do in this room is you're going to refill your Devil Trigger with the grenade gun by shooting these puppets, and you're going to refill it to max. At that point you'll have 4. I have 5 here. It's still going to apply. It's whatever. And make sure you also get an S here as well. So for mission 15, not only do we not buy a purple orb anymore, but if you're going for some really high times, you're going to actually skip the holy water room on mission 15 and just take a B rank here. So you would buy 2 holy waters here because you picked up the one between 13 and 14, and you're just going to go ahead and vortex through like normal. Largely this mission is kind of the same, except for no purple orb purchase and skipping this holy water room. So yeah, like there you go, same as before. Grab that light, boom, 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 refill to 4, and you're still going to be able to make it to the lances here using the 4 gauges of DT. There is a way to stinger off this a little bit better, so you can kind of land on that thing right there, that little ledge, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get a clip of it. Not really a big deal as long as you have air hike, honestly. Just walk on back through, refill your Devil Trigger gauge on these fetishes, get the 4, go right back on up, just skip that holy water room, just like I said. Stinger, stinger, then walk to the Griffin fight. And Griffin fight's going to be exactly the same as before. I do have a couple extra holy waters on this file, so when you see it pop up, there's 5 there, but you're only supposed to have 3 at this point. And I should note, like before, here you just want to use the DT grenades. Just kind of jump back and roll around. Just hope that, you know, you hit Griffin as quick as possible while he changes his phases. He has iframes on his phase changes when he ascends further into the sky, so just keep chucking grenades. Eventually you'll hit him. Once the iframes wear off, 2 holy waters and he's down. So the big difference here is that you're gonna not get an S rank on this mission. You're gonna only get a B rank if you do this holy water room skip. So I don't really recommend this for people first learning the run. I recommend this once you're really good at the run and you really want to start squeezing out a lot of time from every mission, because you're only going to get 350 orbs here instead of the 1500 from the S rank. So I'm going to also just transport us here to the end of mission 16, because here's another thing that I needed to mention in the tutorial before. So in order for this routing to work for mission 17, you're going to get an S rank on mission 16 instead of 19. And to do this, you're going to grab the 3 big red orb, or the 2 big red orbs on the left, and then the big red orb in the center, and you're going to actually get the S rank here. Just play the rest of the mission as normal. You can look at the video for mission 16 specifically to see the Nightmare 1 cycle and all that fun stuff. So using this 2,000 orbs that you have here, plus everything else that you got before, when you head into mission 17, you're going to be buying a purple orb to refill your Devil Trigger, as well as buying 5 holy waters. And this is going to allow you to do a couple of different things on this mission, as opposed to the other routing that you saw with Yami. My previous tutorial for this level was based on Yami's routing. This is based more on Maxi's routing. So you're just going to activate Devil Trigger here at the start and just run up the stairs. Again, I have a little bit extra DT here, but it's just going to be the same routing as far as DT is concerned. So these frosts, before I told everybody to do holy water and then 2 hits of Ifrit on each, here we're just going to do double holy water. Really makes this fight easy. Plus, because you're not in Devil Trigger, when you leave this fight, you actually gain back your Devil Trigger from defeating the frosts. So that's going to allow you to just straight up vortex through this hallway here. And then shoot this guy right here to gain a little bit back. I have a little bit extra here, so I shouldn't have as much as I do, but it's all good. There's an extra spawn that happens at the end of that hallway, and that'll also allow you to get a little bit more Devil Trigger, so you can just straight up vortex right back down the hall immediately, like you're gonna see me do here after I finish messing up hitting this T-Rex. Don't worry about it. So the biggest thing with the holy water strats here is that it really makes DT management a lot easier on this level, because you don't have to gain it back in the middle of the hallway, and you're not going to need to have any DT going into Nello Angelo, and you don't need any going into the Frosts either. Plus, this means that you can save one of the Devil Stars that you picked up from earlier. So at this point, you can have just two Devil Stars, and you only need to buy 2 or 3 at Mundus. For that mirror there, don't jerk your stick around too much. Just make sure that you're doing fluid circles, otherwise it's going to get caught up on itself and the game is not going to read your inputs correctly. So try and go fast, but also try and make some good smooth circles. So here you're just going to see me vortex straight down the hall prior to this. So that's just me demonstrating that you would have to refill the Devil Trigger otherwise if I didn't have so much extra DT. But so prior to this, you would have to refill Devil Trigger on some of those enemies to be able to have it going into this fight, but here we don't need it. So because you're just going to use 3 Holy Waters on Nello Angelo, and that's just going to be the end of the fight. This strat also makes this mission very easy to no damage, so that you get some pretty consistent orbs out of it, rather than one of the Frosts clipping you while you're doing DT Ifrit to it, or something of the like. And yeah, that is the new routing for mission 14 through 17, plus some tips and tricks there for you. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.